Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this Saturday's Entrepreneurship Impact. So my name is Charles. Today I will be the host lah for today. So welcome everybody to our weekly session. So today we are very fortunate to have Quintus on board with us to share about his journey. So Quintus is in a very unique industry that we seldom hear about. He's actually in the swimming industry. He teaches children to swim. And this is something very unique because we hear swimmers to teach adults or teenagers, but seldom we hear entrepreneurs or companies teaching children to teach swimming. And definitely there is pros and cons and challenges. So I think I shouldn't throw the spotlight further. I should shine the spotlight on Quintus to share more about his entrepreneurship journey, how he started Little Swimmer. Yeah, so Quintus, please.
Oh, okay. I'm on already, I guess. Am I
Yeah, you're
on?
on. Yeah, you're on. I can hear you loud and
Okay.
clear.
Okay. Hi, guys, everybody. Good morning to you all. My name is Quintus. Yeah, as been introduced. So I'm from. I started the Little Swimmers about 5 years ago. Well, prior to that, I was an engineer actually. I was working as a commercial diver, and then I was an engineer. Um, you know, Making money was very important at that time. Parents used to tell you, go out and make money. But then somehow or other, I was never happy to a certain extent. So after about, I think 6 years I was working in SMRT for about 6 years. Then I decided to take a break. So I came out and I started volunteering for a special needs school. Some of you may have heard of it, the Minds. So I volunteered for about a year, and then they offered me a full-time job. So I thought, it's okay, I might as well do it, try and see. So I worked in Minds for 15 years, 15 years. And then during these 15 years, uh, I had a passion for swimming. I had always loved swimming. In fact, I was a near drowning victim when I was young. Yeah. So somebody actually pulled me out of the water, saved me. My father thought I would never learn how to swim again. After that experience and all that kind of stuff. So, but then I kept on, thinking I should never, let fear conquer, my my passion and all that. So I went on to teach swimming. Yeah, and then I did part time. But when you're in mines, you don't get paid much. Let's put it this way. That's reality. So I started doing part time coaching during the weekends, uh, and then I I had I was actually attached to APS. Maybe you all have heard of it. Actually, a school founded by Ang Peng Siong, and then I I I think by chance I got to know some kids who were special needs, like mild autism, intellectually disabled kids. And the school at that time they couldn't handle these kids, so I decided to take these few students when I was in APS. So I coached them, and they learned. Not in. I mean, sometimes it's difficult to give them the full, like a perfect swim stroke. But for me, what was important is that they are water safe. So then after that, I came out from mines, and then surprisingly, I wanted to take a break again from mines, take a break, and then somehow or other, I I went into full time coaching. Yeah, uh, more or less actually. Uh, I initially did not want to start the Little Swimmers. It was actually parents' persuasion. They felt that I had a knack for coaching kids with special needs and all that. So they were the one who actually persuade me to start up my own swim school. So even though I used to earn a lot of money in the past as a commercial diver or an engineer, um, I felt inside me I wasn't very happy. But coaching swimming was a passion that I had when I was very young, and it helped me to uh, even though it was hard at the beginning, because when you hit around 40 and you want to start your own company, it's never easy. It was an uphill climb. Yeah, really difficult. Getting that amount of students, so to make ends meet and all that. But I felt passion when you really love something, eventually the money will come in later. So yeah, it was an uphill climb. I would have to say. Uh, so now 5 years has passed, and my little swimmers is up. Uh, then I always feel that there is no sure way to say that your child is water safe and all that kind of stuff. So I started teaching, mainstream kids, able kids to actually learn the basics of life saving, how to observe other swimmers and see whether anyone is in trouble, and how you're going to help them and give them options, um, and also make sure that their lives are not in danger, but at the same time you're able to save somebody and things like that. So yeah, I think that's about it for little swimmers. We actually specialize in teaching swimming for kids with special needs, basically. Yeah, on the whole. Uh, yeah.
I think that's
So,
great. I think what you mentioned is due to the I don't say it's unhappiness from work, but I say that it is something that is lacking lah as you're working that makes you eventually start out little swimmer. I guess that
mm,
is the conclusion lah. And I feel that this is something that most working adults find it hard to step away from their job, especially it's highly paying one because usually uh, I can't say for sure. I mean, I don't represent most of the working adults, but generally, many people would prefer to work even though they feel unhappy because of money. So, what give you the push to abandon your job and really go forward to start your swimming school? Because this is something that is not that easy to say. Hey, I just want to do away my job. I just want to go forward to my passion. What is that motivating factor and the push that makes you eventually start your school?
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Thinking back, when I used to do swimming for special needs, um, a lot of parents were reluctant, mainly because I think they felt the public sometimes wasn't very, um, I want to put it very diplomatically, I'm not very receptive to them. Yeah, it was quite sad actually. Sometimes I tell parents, that their child should, learn swimming and go to a public pool. And they tell me things like, no, 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 the other kids will make fun of my son, or laugh at my child and things like that. So it was quite sad, to a certain extent. So that kind of motivated me to work harder and persuade them. So eventually I managed to get a group of parents, with their child. And my style of coaching is actually different from mainstream. I like parents' involvement, or siblings' involvement. And also, I like to put them in public too, so that, maybe in the hope that, the public are more receptive to such kids. So there was one incident where, I was having this session, and this parent was very reluctant. She kept saying, "No, no, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to join. I don't want to bring my daughter and all that." Somehow or other, eventually I said, "Just come for a trial, and then you see how it goes." And then, about a few lessons, she took about 10 lessons. And then one day after that, she came up to me and said, "Oh, hey, Coach Quinn, actually, uh, I'm surprised that last week I actually after all your sessions, right? I have never brought my daughter to a swimming pool, a public swimming pool. And then after your sessions, last week I actually brought her myself, me and her, and I taught her what you taught me to, you know, teach her and stuff like that, swimming pool safety measures and all that. So I think that kind of stuff motivated me to run my swim school. Although a lot of times, sometimes I feel like giving up because it's quite stressful. You have to deal with the public at the same time. You have to make sure that these that your students are actually safe. Yeah, and not make fun of and things like that. It's very difficult, I think, to a certain extent. I think public needs to be educated. Yeah, on such things. So yeah, I think the results, I think, speaks for itself. I'm very happy with parents coming up to me and telling me things like that. Yeah, that motivates me.
I think that's a
Does
very
that answer your question?
definitely, because I feel that's a very strong motivating factor. Usually, it's not because of ourselves that make us to do certain things, but because of certain things that we want to help. I think that is one of a very big motivating factor lah, that I feel motivated you to
Yeah,
eventually start your own swimming school. Yeah. So
yeah.
just now you mentioned about you have a near drowning experience. I think these are what I maybe I represent most of the audiences, that we are curious to know what really happened and what
Ah,
eventually made you still persist to swim. Because most people, I feel, they will shine away from swimming. They will have a phobia of swimming due to that experience. But what makes you continue to want to learn swimming and eventually start your school? But I feel most people want to know what really happened that day.
yeah, sure. Okay, I think at that time I was about say around 5 years old, 5 6 years old around there. Yeah, I think I was around that age. During those times, I think you know it's quite old school, right? I'm actually quite old already, lah. Quite old.
You don't look that
So
old.
so it's about yeah, about five years old. So during those olden days, they didn't have very much proper swimming lessons. Yeah, and and my father used to bring us kids to the swimming pool, and the old style of coaching is I throw you into the water and then you try and you try and save yourself, So, but then my father used to say that when I was very young, I was very confident. So one day, um, he he brought me to the swimming pool. He have not, we used to have those floaties. Olden days, they put the floaties on your or the ring float and stuff like that. I was so excited to go to the swimming pool. Before my father can put the floaties on, he just asked me to change, and then he was helping my sister. I jumped into the pool without him knowing, and then I forgot that I jumped into the deep end of the pool. I jumped into, and I sink right to the bottom. My father still was not aware that I actually jumped into the pool. So I think lucky there was a swimmer nearby, and he pulled me up. He pulled me out and then saved me, I guess. Actually met him about 5 years ago. The guy who saved me, yeah. Strangely, yeah, I met him. So yeah, and then maybe because I don't know, being young, and also my sister was a very good swimmer. My sister was a very good swimmer at the time. So initially, I was a bit fearful, but I think maybe out of jealousy, seeing her swimming, and I was a bit afraid, and then I pushed myself to go back into the pool. Yeah, of course with my father's help and all that. But my father is a bit more old school, so he's like, either you do it or you don't. he's like the old school kind of teaching. So, but I think more out of jealousy lah, maybe because I see my sister enjoying herself with my father teaching her swimming, so I decided to learn. Yeah.
I think
So
environment really plays a very important part.
yes,
The
yes, yes.
environment.
Yeah.
In a
Uh,
good way lah, in this case.
right, right. Yeah. So actually, I'm very lucky. So then after that, I happened to meet uh, uh, Peng Xiong's father. He was actually coaching at Chinese swimming club. I used to go there, and then so I watched how he the teach the children and stuff like that. And I actually learned from afar. Yeah. So actually, he didn't know that I was learning from him. I was just sitting there watching him, learning all his instructions, and then yeah. So yeah, I think it's all fate sometimes. Meet the right people at the right time. Yeah.
Agree. I think this boils back down to one of the entrepreneurship lesson because uh, I always hear this saying that we shouldn't reinvent the wheel because it always takes a lot of time and effort to reinvent something. But why not we just in a way copy or what we call leveraging on somebody's effort to learn from someone. This is a way
Yes.
that we are able to shorten our process. And I guess this is
Right.
something that you did to help you start Little Swimmer even faster. If not,
Yes.
probably you might start even later, or
Mm.
probably, I don't know, maybe not at all. But I think this is something that helps a lot.
Yeah.
But I think one important question that all of us have in mind is if you all see I'm wearing a mask, I'm outside actually, that's due
Yes.
to
Right.
the COVID-19 happening. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19 has actually affected a lot of business, which is no doubt about it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
how did Little Swimmer thrive during COVID-19? Or has it been affected? Because during this situation, I think we are not allowed to go out to go swimming. I think for a good 3 months in Singapore during the circuit breaker and phase one period. So how did it
Yes.
affect Little Swimmer in terms of the business?
Yeah. In fact, it was quite bad. We when it first started, um, the little swimmers had to close, safety reasons and all that. So more or less zero income for the start of the year. Um, and then of course parents were a little concerned that the child might egress from where they were before, and then they might not perform as well after. Because I have a few who actually do competition level kind of swimming. Um, so uh, well, we did some online coaching with the kids and all that. I did some demo videos of me exercising at home, basically how to work certain muscles for certain strokes and all that kind of stuff. And then they followed through with the parents' guidance and all that. And um, like I said, I think I'm somehow rather lucky. I would have to say to some extent. So uh, it was a bit stressful, no income, but actually, the parents, those who I taught, the parents actually got together and decided to actually uh, uh, transfer money into the little swimmers in advance for lessons and stuff like that in the future. So at least I can get by for the next few months. So I think I'm quite lucky in that sense. If not, I probably have to find a new job, or maybe I don't know, restart all over again. So yeah, but also I actually did. They counted the the videos that I did, exercise videos that I did for them, as in part of the lessons. So yeah, something like that.
So initially, when you do all these videos and Zoom session, do you charge initially or just free support for the parents and their children?
No, initially it was free. I did it for free. I didn't bother to charge them. I just say, oh, okay, follow these videos. You know, if your child is not able to follow, then call me. Then we try and get it done and stuff like that. Yeah, and then after that, parents, then after that, then the parents decided to say, hey, you know, I think we should start paying you for this kind of thing. After all, you know, it's still related to swimming anyway. Yeah.
Oh
And they
wow, okay.
decided to pay me in advance. So yeah.
I think that's very
I
good.
feel, yeah, I think sometimes that's why I always say, you know, passions will lead you on, you know, make the world a better place. So even though I was not earning as much, you know, at that time when COVID was around, um, I think parents sometimes or people actually do see, you know, your passion and I think humans are great. They help you out when needed. Yeah. So
I think it's probably the
hey,
fact that you give more first, then because of the fact that you give, that's why you receive even much more.
yeah, agree.
So I think it is after you shared about the parents' experience, I feel very blessed that you know there's goodness in the world. I mean, there's definitely goodness in the world, but I think people are helping each other, supporting each other, especially during this period of time. And I'm glad you actually had that support.
Yeah. Very,
So
very happy. Mm.
yeah, so definitely I hope that little swimmer will do well, especially now. I think swimming pools are they open now?
Yes, they are, but they have allocated time for certain people. So I think for seniors they are allocated in the morning, late morning, and then the afternoons is for coaches to conduct the classes, and also for public to use the pool. But then it's limited, so I think now it's each lane you only allow one swimmer.
Wow, understood.
So in a say an Olympic size pool, you have 8 lanes, 9 lanes. So that's the amount times two. So you have one swimmer on the opposite side, one swimmer on this side.
It's
Then
still very challenging with
yeah,
the
so
limited
I
number of
have not
people.
right. So I've not started actually. Even up to today, I have not started my full-time classes in the public pool. Yeah. Also, I think uh, there are a lot of coaches, so it's very difficult. Um, so I've only done my private classes. Yeah, I've only done my private classes. Uh, I'm hoping we can go into phase three, and then it won't be that bad. Because now I think people are all jostling for place, and coaches are also limited to teaching. I think maximum five. If I'm not wrong, 5 to 4 students only. Yeah. So I guess
So
we
hope
got
this
to
phase
just
three
wait and
also
see.
reaches. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely with your passion and the determination, you'll definitely be better lah. Definitely be
Yes.
better.
Yes. Hope so. Hope so. Cross fingers.
We'll all support you together in this journey.
Yeah. Thank
So,
you.
anyone, so I think Quintus has shared a lot of his journey lah in terms of how he built Little Swimmer and the struggles that he faced during COVID-19. I think this is a very good insight for us, especially I think most of us over here, we are not in the swimming industry, especially
Mm.
for special needs children. I think it's very heartwarming to hear your story and also the experience that you faced during this journey. So, so I think some of the audiences over here might have some questions. Maybe you can open the floor to people over here to ask questions if you have any. So if you have any questions, feel free to unmute your mic and actually feel free to ask Quinton any questions you have.
Hello, Quintus.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, I'm Jason. My question is, besides passion, what are your goals that keeps you motivated as a swimming coach?
My goals.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. That's a good one. Okay. Well, my goals would be actually to because I teach special needs. So actually, in certain sense, I'm not really coaching the students as per se. Am I right to say that? Because I'm actually empowering the parents rather than actually teaching. of course, indirectly, I am helping the kids. So for me, my goal is to actually empower parents to have the confidence to bring their kids to, say a public swimming pool and actually, teach them how to swim as I have taught them in that sense. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Because I know that usually those there are handful of parents, they will really push their child to get themselves involved in the swimming
Yes.
field, right?
Right.
Because they are not so much of people were really born gifted, like they know how to swim and by
Yes.
themselves.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it actually varies. If you ask that question, it varies with the level of the child. So there are high functioning kids, which of course then I rather teach them one to one. Of course, at the end of the day, my goal would be to minimize the drownings in Singapore. It was on the rise a little while ago, yeah, but now with all the reinforcement put into swimming, um, we're trying to lower the amount of drowning and also educate parents. And I think special needs are more vulnerable in that sense
Mm.
because in terms of danger, sometimes they're not able to um, understand the kind of danger in the swimming pool. So I not only teach swimming, but I teach theory. So I teach kids about safety at the swimming pool, what you can do, what you cannot do, and things like that. So my goal actually, of course, is to um, lower the amount of drowning incidents in Singapore, and hopefully they can actually, especially for special needs, that they can help themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, I really agree with your points there because at least they acquire certain skills lah. Is although we not really uh, bound to this situation, right? Whereby we
Yes.
are surrounded with seas because most
Yes.
most
Yes.
of the time we are on the land.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because especially at least you have a great expertise where you focus on special needs, where they
Yes.
get to where they bound to this situation on the street on the sea, right? At
Yes.
least
Yeah.
they have the foundation of swimming skills. It's
Right. Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
Sadly,
Yes.
most of our you know special needs, sometimes I think, in swimming, a lot is focused on mainstream. So sadly, a lot of them are left out. So I think I want to make sure that these people are not left out, and they are trained same as mainstream, maybe a little bit longer, but hopefully they get it.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason, for the question and Quintus for the answer. Any else has any question to ask Quintus?
I have some questions. Okay, Quintus. Okay, actually, I'm also a special needs. Just like Okay, I got dyslexia. Okay, I have problem with
Right.
my words and all these things. Okay, in my life lah.
Right.
I'm always having problem. How you peeing all this cannot make it one. Okay, seriously. Now when teacher teach
Uh,
me, I do like writing on the book, do drawing because I cannot really remember the words lah. So I always think, I mean, you're stepping up now. So I want to say thank you because as Jason mentioned, right, correct, Singapore is an island, right? So you're teaching them a
yes.
survival skill, and I don't know why parents don't buy that kind of skill set, because once flood,
Mm.
really flood.
Yes.
So
Yes. True.
so one more thing I want to say is like just now you brought along. That's why I have the same thinking. Is that you see okay, for special needs like me like that, I survive through my career and all these things. Okay, it's not an easy thing because we are lack of something, but however because we are also lack of something, that's why we are blessed to gain something in return. That means that maybe my English or Chinese written is not so good, but I gain in my memory. You know what I try to say? So it's the
Yes.
confident. It's the confident that the people we meet give us lah. So in swimming, I believe the skill set and also it would boost the confidence level of the special needs. Like yeah, I mean
Yes.
I'm old enough, so I learn swimming already. Yeah. So but what I try to say is like my kids and all these things, right? Correct. So
Right.
maybe I also understand that you are not only a swimming coach, you are teaching people how to gain confidence, like special need people gain confidence and also face the facts and also know the correct knowledge as well as safety lah. So I
Yes,
think
right.
really want to thanks you for stepping out. It's not easy. I understand that. Yep. And I just want to
Yeah.
ask because not going to negative side, but just to share like entrepreneur side, correct? I also face this type of problem lah. Like when parents like you are because parents support you, that's why you open little swimmers and all these things, right? Correct. So
Yes, right.
so I also believe that because due to COVID and all these things, right? Correct. So you face some rejection and some negative thing coming in, right? So pertaining to this entrepreneurship mindset, right? Correct. I mean the case study, yeah. Sorry. So for this
Yeah.
case, right? Correct. How you manage to go through it, is it a lot in the mind or is it a lot in how you know when negative thing come in, right? How you going to dissolve it away? Yeah, that's my question. Maybe.
Okay.
Wow, very
Thank
deep,
you.
right? But seriously, I'm a
I,
special needs, you know.
right. You try to put me on the spot here now, huh?
Wow. No.
No, just kidding. Normally, how I deal with it is, I think for me is family. Family, yeah, family is very important to me. Family, and of course, very close friends. So for me, I take a step back and see what else can be done to uh, to help myself or my financial situation and stuff like that. Um, I think even though I said that I had zero income at the start of the year, but um, maybe I was lucky that prior to that I had a few contracts that I've done with special needs centers and stuff like that. So uh, financially, that has helped me to sustain, throughout the. Maybe that's why I don't. I never think of money. It's strange, right? It's a bit weird. I mean, I never think of money. Um, that's why when when the COVID started and I did the videos, I did it for free, and I said, okay, you can follow this and call me whatever, if you need help and stuff like that. And then um, parents were the one who came up to me and said, you should add this on to your uh, yeah, uh, I actually it was in my mind to do that, but I don't know. I never really said to myself, oh, okay, I should charge people this or charge people that. But then it does make sense, I guess, because it is pertaining to swimming and exercise and things like that. Normally, I don't know. I do take a step back and see how I can actually progress from there and things that I can do to sustain.
Understand. I think
Yeah.
just go back to the starting point lah. Yeah, I also did the same thing lah. Yeah, it's a very good way to reflect and go back then restructurize your move lor. Yep, great.
Yeah. Also, I believe helping people sometimes it comes back to you.
Yep.
So, but even if it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you know that you have helped somebody, that's fine. But if that person wants to help you back, then yeah, your Chinese say 有来有去 lah, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Totally agree with this. So sometimes when you give without expecting much, you receive much more than what you expected. I think it's very true for entrepreneurs because there are times when we give something, we expect something, and now we receive nothing.
Right, yeah.
When we give something without expecting something, we'll receive something in another way that we don't expect it. So I think it's quite interesting, like how how money flows.
Yes, right, yeah.
Yep.
Agree totally.
Anyone has any more questions?
No?
I think
Hello.
Hello. I recognize you. Yeah, nice to see you. Okay.
We are both special needs educators.
Yes, we are, aren't we?
So what's your
Oh.
plan? Any plans for the future teaching because of COVID?
Plans for the future. Well, maybe looking for a successor. Looking for a successor to the Little Swimmers, maybe. I don't know. Because at this moment, it's a bit grey. And also, I think the Little Swimmers, sadly, is now a one-man show, huh? And also, I think I don't blame the. I used to have coaches helping me out, but I do not blame them. I know they sometimes it's a bit hard when you are dealing with special needs. So their heart is there, but when they are doing it, they find it maybe difficult, or of course some of them will they realize actually coaching mainstream may be easier, things like that. So I ended up being alone. It was difficult to find someone who can help me out. So yeah, if you ask me about the future of the Little Swimmers, I actually cannot answer you. I have no idea. Because I've been doing it myself. I've not been able to find someone who's willing to put in the time and effort to coach in this area, I guess. Yeah. So sadly, yeah, I have no idea what the future holds for the business. But as long as I'm alive, it will still be running.
You can consider to train Bennett to be your successor.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. He can come and I welcome a lot of volunteers if he wants. He can come and volunteer.
After his PSLE.
Yeah. Offer stands then, no problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the question, Vivian. So I think our Quintus has shared a lot of insights about the little swimmer and how his passion got to where he is today. So I think there's a lot of lessons that we can learn from him, mainly about giving. The more that you give, the more you receive. And I think it's very heartwarming to hear about how he's giving values to people, especially children with special needs, which are usually a category of people that is most neglected. So I guess that he's actually doing the society a very big favor by helping all these little swimmers. That's why the company is called Little Swimmer.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. So before we end today's session, Quintus, do you have any quotes that you would like to share with all the entrepreneurs out there?
Well, besides the what I always what I always say, passion moves you on to make the world a better place. I believe sometimes failure, 90% or 80% people who fail in business, I think it's due to lack of passion. To me, you have to have some passion at least. So I always feel there are three areas that we should always look at. One is you got to find the right partner, someone who believes in what you do, and have the same passion as what you have. And of course, the other one would be planning and knowledge. That one cannot be helped, right? In any business, you need to have good plan, knowledge, and get help from the right people. Get help from the right people, and of course passion. So I base on these three things basically. Yeah. So I'll leave you with that. I think hopefully that helps though.
It definitely helps. Thank you so much. I think passion is one key factor that all entrepreneurs can look forward to when building their business. Because without passion, there's no fuel to lead you on if it's just about money.
Right. Yes.
So thanks again everyone for actually watching today's session of Entrepreneurship Impact. We hope today's session has impacted you one way or another, and we'd like to thank Quintus again for sharing with us his journey. So stay tuned to more of our Saturday sessions on every Saturday 11 a.m. And do actually like and follow our social media. You can also like the Little Swimmer Facebook page as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Search Facebook, the Little Swimmer. You can just hit a like button. I just did it.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for today. If not, just remember what Quinter's passion will always play you on. So let's have more passion. Thank you, entrepreneurs, and thank you for watching today's session. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
And have a good day, everybody.